So, hi everyone, today this video we're going to talk about 10 nutritional type of facts that are considered something that's truth, but we're going to try to debunk them obviously accordingly with what really science says. And so with that objective, we should understand that sometimes things that comes with the and we establish as a status quo, we have to understand that sometimes a lie that is propagated a lot of time it becomes a truth in our perspectives, but we have to understand that whatever you do, what's like type of your type of education that you have in nutrition, it's or based in something that people create or in what science says. People tends to be want and tends always to say that they try to follow what science seems to say because the way that we learn is what science seems to work on, and so obviously tries to spread for the population for us to learn and so apply in our life. But the reality is neither everyone has access to this, and I'm with the paper with this video to make you have a more education in this matter and obviously contributing for your life. First one, carbs are bad for you. We have seen that a lot of people seems to say that. And why are like the type of what's like this statement become like something that they perceive that's truth? Because people perceive that carbs is something that makes you fat. But what you have to look for is that what makes you gain weight is when you have like your income, what you earn as calories coming from your foods, is higher in terms of calories than what you spend in your basal type of activity that your body has that doesn't need you to do a bunch of exercise, just like the way that it obviously has to work, or the way that your organisms works to produce heat. You have so a specific temperature being constant, everything of your reactions happens in your body, it requires energy. That's like the basal that you have to get to survive. And we have other ones that we need to, and we spend like doing exercise, thinking, that obviously requires so as well the energy that comes with our foods. But the real that what happens today is people they kind of have like it's easy to hit high calories. What has high calories? We have the carbs. We have like carbs as the ones that comes with chips that are like easy when we hit like fried chips with in junk foods, in menus that you eat, the lot of fats that you take by unity of heat when you as well so have uh, try to when you try to eat in some type of junk food type restaurant, you have as well a lot of calories by unity of food that you eat. And the reality that carbs are really easy to be eaten today because a lot of things have as carbs, and carbs is what's correlated with energy. Carbs is like a macronutrient that has the paper to be introduced in energy to us. And obviously, if we eat too much more carbs, and so the calories that comes with carbs, they kind of will not be spent you because you don't have like you don't do exercise, you don't do a lot of thinking, you probably doesn't spend so much energy walking. The reality is so that you're gonna get a reserve or energy that your body has is programmed to get, and so you're gonna gain weight. But so if we're talking about the reality of the carbs is a nutrient. It cannot be something that's bad. It's a nutrient. It's not something that is the same as a conservative that is present in probably can be present in soda, can be present in other type of foods that we can call as unhealthy. Carb is a nutrient. What makes carb getting demonized is the quantity, is what the majority of people say. The difference between what it can perceive as something is good and is bad is the doses of what we take so this food. And so what we have to look for is that carbs are not bad. Carbs, just your intake has to be controlled. But without saying, we have some specific part of carbs that I have some type of thing that I'm more open to declare as something that's not so good. That's refined carbs. Because what? Refined carbs in comparison with the narrow carbs are like the ones that are like they're much more easy absorbed by our body and increases too much the sugar that our body absorbs in a short term type of after the intake of food, and is something that can not so regulate the way that our sugar is present in our blood flow, and obviously can put us in a position that you can suffer with diabetes, for example. But with that said, the refined carbs are a small part of what is the domain of carbs. And what is the refined carbs? We have probably one of them is sugar. Sugar is a refined carb. But what is not a refined carb? The rice, and specifically the integral rice. We have the integral pasta. So we have to take care what's like your intake. Probably as well, or one that's not a refined carb is as well the chips, the potatoes are something that you can take, obviously, with the control and not over exaggerating if you don't just have like all this demand from energy. So don't you have like to close your mouth if you're gonna so spend so much of this energy. Is the problem is controlling how much you take and not if the carbs is something that's bad. It's just the doses that you have to get control. Second myth, fat makes you fat. Well, it's the same logic. What makes you fat is when you take much more food than you need. Fat is a nutrient. It cannot be something that's bad. Studies even show that diets high in healthy foods like the Mediterranean diet support weight loss because Mediterranean diet as what tends to don't have like too much type of incomes in terms of calories. Mediterranean fat is not something that we see people exaggerating, taking a lot of cakes, taking a lot of sugar in their foods, taking a lot of junk foods. No, it tends to be balanced. A lot of things that have fat as eggs, that tend to take olive oil, are things that they're like rich in fats because and they don't do bad for us because what merely makes you fat is what I've said to you, controlling how much you intake in comparison with how much you spend. And you can see so your differential with apps that are easy, you just need to search. Third myth, skipping breakfast is bad for your health. We seem to say that you should not skip the breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal in your day. I will not agree. What really matters is the total nutrient intake that you have in your day, not the timing of the meals. Well, if we're going to be honest, obviously timing of meals have a bit of importance because when we have what you know about timing of meals, that we should not eat like before you go to bed to sleep is not something that makes your like sleep be good. So obviously it does matter, but what are you saying is skipping breakfast just like doesn't eating when you already do the when you wake up in the morning is something that's not bad. It's not something that you can call that makes you have so a bad side effect. It's not even a specific component that I will not recommend. It's just like practice is science. We have creativity to create so and understand so what are methodologies of eating, understand so what makes best for us or not. But people have done intermittent fasting, that's just fasting, specific time that you don't eat in your day. Seems that it's even something that can be good for some people. So we not have not demonized. It's not something that we not say it's not a statement that has to be made. Some people they do like to eat in the breakfast, others not. What you have to take is if you have your nutrients getting taken in your today in your total day and not just in one specific area of the day. Obviously, taking care, don't eating too much before to sleep, so taking control. Naturally, the nutrients they tend to be a bit more well absorbed when they're more prior to the day, so that's why we say breakfast tends to be good, but it's not something that we can say that's a statement that is crucial. Doesn't It's not something that you have to create stress being kind of obligated to take the breakfast. Other thing, eating late at night causes weight gain. It's not something that's good. The metabolism doesn't shut down at night, even if it works a bit less than when we're like in the midday. But what you have to understand again is what creates weight gain is your differential between what you intake, what's your intake in calories, and what you spend. And it's easy. It's a simple math calculation. And you just have to control what's all the things that contributes to your calorie intake and what are the things that you do to spend your calories. It's not something that reinforcing again is not just the timing. This timing is not so much important. So if you eat it late at night, it not cause weight gain. Probably you're more prone to just if you wait like late night prior to the bed, probably the thing that is even more probable is you don't have like the ideal type of sleep perfectly. But even if you do it, it's not something that it's something that should be demonized. But I will recommend you to not eat at night. So like 2 hours prior to bed is like the max. If you go so and you hit like 1 hour prior, is there something that can make you like have a slightly type of worse sleep, but obviously we're talking about optimal type of actions. Now, other thing, you need to drink 8 glasses of water daily. Not. The reality is that we have to see that drinks you have to drink water obviously, and hydration needs very it's like hydration needs is have to be very based in age, activity level, and diets. It's something that's common sense. What it science seems to say, it's like gives like a rule that is you have to take 35 milliliters by each unity by which is your by each kilogram that you have. And so you do simple calculation. But it's something that is not precise because people with the same type of kilogram, same type of weight, some ones they do more exercise, so they demand more than other ones. Some ones they probably can like eat some foods that have more water in there than other ones. It's something that it's you cannot accept a rule. What is something that you do is that you have to drink water. But what's like the variance? We can have something that's basal, that's what science to say, 35 milliliters by each unit at least, but you can vary depending if you're more a more activity level or not. Sixth myth, you should detox your body with juice cleanses. The reality is your liver and kidneys naturally detox your body. It's not just something that you cannot overrate the importance that some juice cleanses can have. Some of the times juice cleanses lacks protein and fiber, essential for a balanced diet. And it's something true. When you do juice cleanses, the reality that we take fibers coming that are present in vegetables, we take fibers that are in fruit, and obviously it's like applying a filter just to be with the with something that we can drink that is the proportional being a detox. Can is it has effects, but it's not something that's like crucial. It's not something that's going to be a differential. Sometimes even more placebo. It's like you believe that it's gonna give you so a good thing, and you start by having a confirmation bias acting and seeing, oh yeah, I perceive that I'm better. But in reality, probably not. You will be like have the same effect of just drinking water. So doesn't doesn't overrate something that doesn't have like that much of importance. Other things, fresh produce is healthier than frozen. What has to be debunked? Frozen fruits and vegetables often retain more nutrients due to quick freezing. What science says? Studies show minimal nutrient loss in properly frozen produce. So, you see, sometimes we overrate the real difference that happens between the things. Eighth myth. All calories are equal. While calories measure energy, the source matters. So what I've talked, calories means energy, but the source where to get the calories have a differential. So what we have to understand is all calories they can be coming, so that we can compare it when you need to calorie with other one by the food that they come, it's different. What science says, protein and fiber-rich foods are more filling and metabolically beneficial, and that's something that's true. Some people say that, oh, I don't understand why I'm not healthy, so I'm taking like 200, so I'm taking 2,000 calories, the same that you're taking, but you're gonna see the 2000 calories that you're taking is coming from pizza, it's coming from soda, is coming from things, and the other one is taken from vegetables, is taken from chicken, is taken from red meat, a variance type of food. Other one just take junk food. They eat the same calories, so we'd say, oh, probably they have so the same type of health. In fact, they can have a specific weight that they can come close, because as I said, what matters for weight is the differential between what you take as intake of calories and what you spend. But if we talk about the quality, defines other components in your health, it's just what's your weight. So what's like the health of your organs, how they are performing. That's stuffs that really matter. Myth 9. Myth 9. The over is something that it's important, but you need to understand that you cannot overrate you cannot overrate the importance of supplements, because what we say, most nutrients can and should come from food. But we have to understand too, neither how now we have seen a study has shown that we have seen a lack and the fall of the of some nutrients in comparison with other years, because we have so much to need to cultivate. What gives nutrients for your veggies and your type of plants is what it takes from the soil. And the reality is, if which those they are produced, if they're not rich in nutrients, you're gonna get less. But you cannot overgenerate. You can think that just by getting your supplements you don't need to eat food and healthy food, and something does not apply. Some of things is a common supplements that we take is like multivitamins, micro nutrients that are present on here, and some macronutrients can be as well. We have to understand that the foods have things that are natural, they're more well absorbed because they're more organically in our bodies, more well as more like a habit to absorb this in comparison with what is produced in a multivitamin. And antioxidants are present in the foods in natural people not intake in their supplements, and it's something that's really crucial. Helps us to our body to restore and obviously fight the things that tend us to get older over the time. And the last myth, healthy eating is expensive. It's not. Healthy eating is what? Controlling your calorie intake, seeing if you're taking intakes of antioxidants, micronutrients, macronutrients. Probably won't be the deal coming from food. You can take supplements, can help us to so meet your nutrition needs. But if you see multivitamins are not too much expensive for what you need, the foods, what you call foods, vegetables, is not something that's too much expensive too. We're gonna see chicken, eggs, probably not. We can do some pasta, you can verify, you can make like a variance between pasta, rice. It's something that you can do. So I really hope this video kind of makes you a bit more clear and helps you to think better when we're talking about foods. See you in the next one.